Guys, the Las Vegas Aces are looking a whole lot lighter after some of these trades and free agency signings that have happened. And guys, it's leaving the bench to look a little sparse.
Breaking news. The Las Vegas Aces have seen significant departures this offseason, losing half of their roster, 2 key assistant coaches, and their general manager. If that doesn't raise concerns, it's hard to say what would.
The Las Vegas Aces, the team that revitalized the modern day super team in the WNBA. They went from dominating the league, is now the team that did not live up to expectations this year, and is a team that's one by one falling apart in front of our own very eyes.
But wait, there's more. Add a pending lawsuit and rumors of secret deals, and you've got a full-blown meltdown. So what's behind this team exodus, and why is AJaWilson in tears? Looks like what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. Let's dive in.
So, for all Aces fans, it's over. It's over. It's over. The reign of the Aces is over. I understand the shortest dynasty in the history of the sport of basketball. You know, I've never heard of a dynasty that won 2 championships and then was done, because you're seeing all the ring-chasing free agents getting out of Vegas.
You know what they say about karma? It's catching up with the Las Vegas Aces. Remember when they were back-to-back champs with an unbeatable roster? Those days seem far behind now. The Aces were riding high, with AJaWilson and Becky Hammon untouchable, until that semifinals loss to the New York Liberty exposed some cracks.
We have to get better. We have to really take a sharp look at ourselves, look ourselves in the mirror, see our shortcomings, and then, you got to make the moves necessary, whatever that means, to put the best product that we possibly can. It's not going to be the same group probably next year. It just won't. And I'm sad about that, because I really like that group. They were a pain in my ass, but I was a pain in their ass too.
Now, Coach Hammond's words after that loss are starting to feel less like confidence and more like a warning. She said the team wouldn't be the same in 2025. Back then, we all thought she'd meant they'd come back stronger. Turns out, she might have been predicting a complete breakdown.
Oh, I mean, Becky Hammon, you were right. Congratulations, but did you really think it would be this different, a roster?
The first domino fell with Kate Martin. The fan favorite was left unprotected in the expansion draft, and the Golden State Valkyrie quickly snatched her up. It's like the Aces handed one of their best young players to a rival.
I'm really excited. This league is all about opportunity, and, you just need one shot, right? And I am very thankful for the Aces and everything I got to learn there, but I'm really excited for this new beginning and to build something from the ground up here with the Valkyrie.
But that was just the beginning. The real shock came when Kelsey Plum, the sharpshooter, chose not to sign an extension. Before long, she was traded to the Los Angeles Sparks in a move that left fans confused. Sure, they got Jewel Lloyd in return, but at what cost? Plum is younger, more efficient, and doesn't need the ball as much as Lloyd.
Seattle Storm are sending Jewel Lloyd to the Las Vegas Aces in a blockbuster 3-team trade that moves Kelsey Plum to the LA Sparks. That's according to ESPN. As part of the deal, Seattle receives the 2nd pick in this year's WNBA draft from LA in exchange for the Storm's number 9 pick, while the Aces also receive the 13th pick, a 2nd-round selection from the Sparks.
Let's talk about that bench, the one that was supposed to be the Aces' secret weapon. Well, it's not much of a secret anymore because it's nearly empty. Sydney Coulson, AJaWilson's close friend, is off to the Indiana Fever.
The latest departures for the Las Vegas Aces include 2 heavy hitters off the bench and 2 former 2023 and 2024 Six Players of the Year.
Tiffany Hayes is joining Kate Martin with the Golden State Valkyries, while Alicia Clark is returning to her old team, the Seattle Storm.
Let's start with Alicia Clark. According to Ramona Shelburne of ESPN, the Aces wanted to bring back Alicia Clark. But when Seattle came a-knocking, Alicia was like, you know what? I would love to go back to my WNBA home, which is Seattle. Now, guys, if y'all don't know, Alicia Clark won 2 titles with the Seattle Storm in 2018 and 2020. And now at 37 years old, she is looking to bring her 3-and-D game back to Seattle.
Let's start with Alicia Clark. According to Ramona Shelburne of ESPN, the Aces wanted to bring her back, but when Seattle came calling, Alicia was ready to return to her WNBA roots. At 37, she's looking to bring her 3-and-D game back to the Storm, where she won 2 titles in 2018 and 2020.
Then, of course, there is Tiffany Hayes, who, guys, Tiffany Hayes was not even supposed to be in the WNBA last season. She had actually retired in the offseason of 2020.
It's like a game of musical chairs. When the music stopped, the Aces were left without a seat. 5 key players gone, their entire rotation up in smoke. You have to wonder what's really going on behind the scenes to cause this mass exodus.
Tiffany Hayes, she hopped on with the Las Vegas Aces mid-season for the 2024 season and made a crazy awesome comeback. Guys, she was averaging nearly 10 points a game off the bench. She gave the Aces that extra little gut punch that they needed off the bench to give them some more intensity, give them some offensive versatility of sorts. She's one of those players that Tiff Hayes can get to the basket. Tiff Hayes, if she has the basketball in her hands, she can kind of do whatever she wants with it, and you're not really gonna be able to stop her.
Tiffany Hayes, fresh off winning the 6th Player of the Year award, is jumping ship to join the Valkyries. This isn't just any departure. We're talking about someone who averaged 9.5 points, 2.2 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game last season, proving she's still at the top of her game. Hayes was a key signing for the Aces when she came out of retirement, and now she's walking away. It's like watching your star player take their ball and go home. Except this time, they're taking it to a whole new team.
I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna try to be the best. I get y'all saying best player in the world. That's great. It looks great. But I want to be the best person. I want to be the best teammate, because that's how I get the best out of my team.
Let's not forget that semifinals lost to the Liberty. It wasn't just a loss. It was a warning. Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, and Chelsea Gray, the Aces' offensive stars, combined for just 28 points. That's not a bad day. It's a red flag. The Aces had lost about 40% of their scoring from last season. That's a big drop. So what's behind this exodus? Is it locker room tension, Wilson's ego, or something deeper shaking the foundation of what was once the WNBA's top team?
But also, there is a huge thing that you all have to keep in mind is that the Las Vegas Aces do not have a GM right now. They let go of their GM a couple months ago, and they have not put anyone in that place. And so, hey, Nikki Fargas and Becky Hammon are trying to make some wonders without an actual
WNBA's newest franchise, the Golden State Valkyries, have named Natalie Nakase as their first ever head coach.
Chicago, as we just said, has Tyler Marsh as their head coach. He was also an assistant for the Las Vegas Aces, so that's caused a lot of back and forth because they've had 2 now assistant coaches leave. Natalie Nakase is now the head coach of the Valkyries.
What is going on in their locker room? This Aces team is falling apart. This is not a coach that I would want to play for.
On top of that, the league is investigating the Aces for potential salary cap circumvention. Back in May, the Las Vegas Convention Authority gave each of the players an additional $100,000 to basically be active in the community.
Breaking news came down, so we have to discuss it. This is what we do here. We're talking about the Indiana Fever making yet another move, Alicia, because they're Thanos right now and they're collecting all the Infinity Stones.